Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So to start things off, Superman Legacy does have a different title. It is no longer going to have the word legacy in it. It is now officially going to be called Superman. We are going to be discussing why it is called just Superman and also speak about the latest teaser that we have gotten earlier today, because I believe that all of us are very excited. Once again, going back to what I said in my most previous video, every superhero fan and every Superman fan are excited to see what's to come next on Thursday morning. And with this teaser that we have just received, there is so much that we have to discuss. But first, let's talk about the change in name. Gunn did reveal that the name change was inspired by the pre-mortem held before filming with all of the Superman's creatives in attendance. They did conclude that the reason why Legacy had to be taken out from the title was because it felt like you had to look back at who Superman was, right? It gave you that feeling of looking back, which is not really the feeling that they are trying to put out. They want you to make sure that when you look at the title, you look at this movie, it is the beginning of a brand new story, and that is why the title is now called Superman. James Gunn did state this, and I quote, "One of the things was I thought maybe the title had a looking back feeling about it. This isn't about looking back, this is about looking forward." Now, just because the word legacy has been taken away from the title, it does not mean that the overall theme of the story is going to have nothing to do with Superman's legacy. No, one of the directors of this movie stated, when you see the movie, you'll understand where legacy comes from, because it is, again, it's about Clark and his relationship to his Kryptonian parents and his relationship to his human parents, and whose legacy is he really? So it's about that. So the story did not change. It's going to be the same, which is something that has been worked on since late 2022. So now let's move on towards the first teaser that has just been released. So the first thing that I do want to say is this. I like how James Gunn really wants us to focus on the awe of the people, right, in Metropolis, on just how they do view Superman, right? They always look so surprised. It gives you that perspective, right, that the world is basically stunned to see a man out there in the sky flying at 1,000 miles per hour with a cape. And that is the type of theme that James Gunn has been going for so far in the marketing campaign in the past few weeks. Is he wants everybody to realize that if you look up, you'll believe that a man could fly, and you'll just be staring at the sky in awe. And that is what has been shown in this teaser. So I do love that. It's also calling for attention, right? The fact that these people are all looking at one thing is also like a reference to us all looking at one thing. We want to see the trailer to Superman, the movie of Superman. So those people that we see in the teaser is basically us. So it's beautiful. I love it. Now we also do get a first look at Lois Lane and the rest of the Daily Planet team in Superman. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's other people there that might be recognizable to you. So you can see on the left side of Lois Lane, the woman with the white hair and the orange dress. That is Cat Grant. Cat Grant is a character in the Superman universe who was first introduced in the Adventures of Superman issue 424 back in 1987. She is a gossipy type of character moving from Los Angeles after her divorce. She's very well known for being very flirty, proactive behavior, and often serving as a romantic foil, right, to Lois Lane and Clark Kent. And she does become a key part to the Daily Planet staff and working closely with Clark Kent, Lois Lane, and Jimmy Olsen, another character that you can see on the right side of Lois Lane, or you can just say Lois Lane's left side. You can see Jimmy Olsen wearing the orange brownish shirt. If you guys are unfamiliar with who Jimmy Olsen is, he's basically a young photographer and a reporter for the Daily Planet in Metropolis. He is very well known for his close friendship with Clark Kent and Lois Lane, and he often does get into the adventures or like some misadventures due to his curiosity or desire to get the scoop. So he always finds himself in very unpredictable situations, and he's like, oh my god, like why am I even here? But in the end, right, his character is portrayed as somebody who is loyal, who is brave, and always eager to help and help his friends. So I believe that he's going to be a character that would provide the youthful and enthusiastic side. It'll give us a youthful energy to the team. So that is definitely going to be a character that we are going to be looking out for. And then we do get a shot here with the Daily Planet, right? We do have the whole statue here with a bit of color grading. Many have been complaining about the color grading of these scenes here, like overall during this teaser, and everybody was saying that it looks cheap, that it looks like something that is fan made. I don't really think so. I think that this looks perfect. It looks very colorful, very much within the theme of Superman. James Gunn has referenced before that it is going to be a very bright film, right? It's not going to be very comedy-ish, but bright because of Superman, because he leads Metropolis to a brighter future, which is what this is trying to paint. So I believe that this color grading is perfect for the theme of Superman. Moving on towards the next frame that I don't want to speak about, we can also see that Superman is flying through ice, right? I believe that he is heading towards the Fortress of Solitude, which has been hinted during another teaser that we have gotten a few days ago. Now, this shot is very interesting because James Gunn Gunn did say that the action sequences in Superman has taken inspiration from Top Gun Maverick, and in this shot here, you can basically see that this is a Top Gun Maverick type of shot, right? We're following Superman's journey through his perspective, like literally we're following him through his journey of flying in the sky. I think that is going to be beautiful. One of the ways that they have been able to achieve such a scene and shot is by using actual drones flying in and around Superman. They're also going to do that with the engineer and other characters. James Gunn did state, we shoot a lot of our action with actual drones flying in and around Superman and the people that he's flying with, engineer, whoever else that he's fighting up in the air. We get these really small crazy drones now. We've got some of the best flyers in the world here who are working with it. And part of the reason why like these type of shots are so special and why we are getting inspiration from Top Gun Maverick is because Top Gun Maverick revolutionized aerial cinematography with its filming techniques, making the flying sequences very special and notable. It felt like you were almost there, like you were really flying on the seat, right? It's the practical effects over the use of CGI, the use of the IMAX cameras, the high G-force filming. That is all going to be integrated once Superman is up in the air and flying. It's going to be amazing, and the experience with us sitting in theaters is going to be crazy. So gear up because we are headed towards a ride. Now, James Gunn also had an interview yesterday before this teaser got published, and he spoke about a few things that I do want to clarify. Point number one, he also spoke about what type of world are we going to go into in the beginning of this movie, and he stated, and I quote, "We just start in the middle of the action. Superman already exists. Lois and Clark already know each other. Lex hates Superman's guts from the beginning, although they don't know each other personally." And so yes, this does align to whatever we did here in the past few months. Superheroes already exist in this world. James Gunn has confirmed this. We are going to be introduced to a world where superheroes is very well known to the public, so there's a lot of established heroes in this world. One of the heroes, supposedly, right, that has been mentioned to this world is the Authority. However, we might encounter a problem, right? Superman might see that the way that the Authority handles certain situations might not be ideal with him, because the whole point of Superman going into this world and introducing himself as Superman is he is somebody that is old-fashioned. He's all about the beacon of truth, justice, and kindness in this world, something that the Authority does not represent. So we are going to be in a world that might not fully embrace the hopeful and traditional superhero ethos that Superman is going to be representing, setting the stage for his influence to redefine heroism. So that's going to be a very compelling story through this film. And that is why Gunn has also stated that the world where kindness and traditional superhero values might be seen as outdated or less valued, which aligns with his vision of Superman as a beacon of truth, justice, and kindness in a world that might view these qualities as old-fashioned. And then lastly, to give off the most important detail, James Gunn has also stated that this movie is not going to be aimed to set up other projects or films. He literally just said, fuck it. Like, that's not going to happen. So I'm glad to see that James Gunn is just focusing on just making a good Superman movie, and that's basically it. He's not out here with the intention of, okay, we have to add this scene to maybe give out some hints that this is what's going to happen next. It might ruin the story. Who knows? James Gunn knows what he's doing. Yes, the intentions in the studios is to still build a universe after Superman. That is the intention, but they're just not going to address it in this project. Because, for example, if you do try to address future projects in a movie, you end up losing a lot of the viewers and the audiences, because in Quantumania, for example, all they did was set up this, set up that, set up this, but no real threat really did happen in the movie. So you're like, oh my god, like, okay, we're watching a movie, but the real threat is not really here. They're just signaling that something else is going to happen in the next film, which is ultimately what made Quantumania fail and why everybody does not like Ant-Man Quantumania at all. With Superman, they are going to be making all the big battles in this film happen and have a very definitive ending, as if this was the only film that we'll be releasing within the next 10 years. And so that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.